Welcome back to White or Black. Today's video is titled Invited by the Tarot. Now, many of us, we look at the tarot cards as entertainment and just kind of a fun activity, nothing meant to be anything harmful. What many of us don't realize is anytime we tap into our psyche and different things to this effect, we can actually tap into other things. Or more precisely, we can invite other things when we're susceptible and open. Now, when I originally, back in the day, had dabbled with the tarot and this and that, I actually got where I was actually pretty good at it. And I had a friend who had shown me how to open my mind and to really observe the deck and how to interpret what the cards were trying to tell you, more so than what the card's actual description was supposed to mean. And it was on this particular night, me and a friend of mine, we were sitting around. We were bored. We'd known each other for years. We grew up together. And we were just hanging out. And we decided, let's play with the cards. So everything was innocent enough. I can't actually recollect really what the cards had said or anything to that effect. But we went through it, and, I was pretty good at reading the cards and that, so I had a lot of requests to give people readings. On this particular night, though, uneventful. We were just sitting there in the kitchen. We were dabbling, playing with the cards, and I was kind of giving her her future read, if you may. And at one point, we were pretty well done with that, and I was just sitting at the table, and my friend, she was standing at the sink, washing the dishes. Her baby was asleep in the other room, and I decided, I need to get up and use the bathroom. Nothing weird up to that point. There had been some family history in this home where, there were some ghost stories where they said that this house was haunted, where the whole family had lived in this house at one point. Currently, my friend was just renting this home. It was just her and her baby, and her husband was away on military leave. And so anyway, I decided to get up and go to the bathroom. Unbeknownst to me, had nothing felt weird, nothing felt creepy. But as I approached the bathroom, and the door was closed for some reason, I don't know why. Maybe she hadn't cleaned it up and trying to hide that for any company coming over. I went and I reached for the doorknob. And the doorknob started to shake. Now, I kind of just stopped right in my tracks. My hand froze before it even gripped the doorknob. It was shaking. And I pulled my hand away. And I looked to my friend, who'd kind of glanced over her shoulder, and she thought I was joking around, and I thought, okay, all right. So I reached back for the doorknob, and once again, it began to shake violently, like someone was on the other side of the door, and she was looking back over her shoulder again, and I said, is there somebody in the bathroom? Is there someone else here? And she looked at me and she told me to stop joking around and this and that. And she was looking at me, and I was like, no, there's something shaking the doorknob. And I showed her. I went to reach for the doorknob again, and it started shaking violently. And we both kind of had that look on our face like, all right, what's going on? And I kind of froze there in my tracks, and I stepped back. I thought, okay, this is rather creepy. Where'd this come from? And finally I was like, all right, I'm gonna see what's on the other side of this door. By the fourth time I reached for it, I had no resistance. I grabbed the doorknob. I opened the door. Lo and behold, there is nothing, there is no one on the other side of this door. Now, for a house to settle or something to that effect, okay, you might notice something going on in the home where there's an underlying reason why this is occurring. But generally, it's not going to rattle the doorknob, and nothing else is shaking. The door's not moving. There's no creaking of the house. The doorknob was just shaking, like something had a hold of it. Creeped me out quite a bit. Well, we did not have any further instances that evening. Whatever was going on had stopped. Well, give it a few more months down the road there, and she did not have, any help really, other than me most of the time, because we hung out quite a bit. She wanted to go out briefly for the evening, and didn't think a whole lot of it. She asked me if I could watch the baby for a bit while she went out, and I was fairly familiar with the baby, and to this day he still remembers me, and even from back in the day, and we're still good friends. He's all grown now, but he was just sleeping in the other room anyway, lying on the bed in her room, and the door was kind of closed, so we didn't disturb him, slightly open. And I kind of laid back on the couch. I thought, well, I'll just relax a bit. I don't know what else is, to do. I don't believe she had cable, anything like that, so really wasn't much anything to do. So I laid back and, proceeded kind of doze for a second. And out of nowhere, I hear a voice. I hear a female voice. And it's like it's whispering right in my ear. And it says a simple phrase. It says, "Oh, isn't he cute?" And I thought, okay. It kind of startled me a little bit, and I kind of jumped back up off the couch and looked to the front door, because the front door led right into the living room area. And I thought somebody come home. Did I actually nod off? And I thought somebody was in with the baby. Somebody had come home. However, I never recognized the voice. It wasn't my friend's voice. Wasn't the mother of the child. And so I thought, okay, I better get up and check. So I walked to the bedroom, and I pushed the door open ever so slowly, because if the baby was asleep, I didn't want to wake him up, and looked about the room, and there was no one there. Baby was sleeping soundly, undisturbed. And so I went to the front door when I realized everything was okay there. And I looked out the door thinking perhaps maybe somebody had come back and was still outside. Well, driveway was empty. There was no one out about in the neighborhood. Nothing was there. So, was there something that we had invited the first night? Was it something that was following me? Was I very susceptible to spirits at this time? I was at a point in my life where it was all party, and I drank rather regularly. And on this particular night, I had not, though, and it was just creepy. However, yeah, we don't really know what occurred. I never had any more feedback from my friend saying anything else about it, that anything had occurred past that. I had told her about the story, and like I said, baby's grown up to he's a grown man now, and very, very odd, this house. So I was always under the impression did the tarot become a conduit for something else to communicate as well that we unintentionally invited? Was it always there? family had a history in this house where many of the kids had noticed and had stories of things going on in this home. And it's an old town, old mining town, a lot of history behind it. So one of those things. You guys let me know what you think. I enjoy the comments, and I look forward to any speculation you may have. Once again, if you like the video, subscribe, share, give us a thumbs up. That helps with the YouTube algorithm to get our videos out there for other people to see them, to enjoy them. But we always appreciate you guys' feedback, so give us a like, share it with other people, and we will see you all in the next video.